Inequality is when people believe that they are under or over rewarded for something. Inequality is a large issue in the Canadian workforce today, and it shouldn't be. The main form of inequality is with equal pay. Since the 1960s, women entering the workforce have been paid less for their jobs in comparison to men doing the same or similar jobs. Various things have been done by governments to help promote more equal ground since then, including the Family and Medical Leave Act passed by U.S. Congress in 1993. In today's workforce, there are far more men in critical decision-making roles than women, despite the fact that on average, Canadian women have received more post-secondary education than men. This raises a question as to why some women are still not given the same opportunities as men. As young adults in entering the workforce today, many of us are beginning our journeys. Regardless of how often we work, part-time or full-time, I bet we all experience some form of inequality. Our goal is to educate the Canadian students and adults in the workforce on forms of inequality so that when faced with it in the real world, we can approach and fight against it properly. Throughout this presentation, we are going to explore the ways inequality is present in the workforce and how it can lead to consequences for future generations if not diminished properly. The reason why this topic is so important to us is that it affects almost every Canadian. A study done in 2013 by the Canadian Conference Board shows that Canada ranks 12th out of 17 countries for income inequality, first being most equal, 17th being the least. When people are being discriminated against in the workplace because of their gender, culture, or sexual orientation, they begin to feel less and less motivated to work. This will then decrease the quality of work produced by those Canadians and create a downfall in human capital and overall morale. This is why Canadians need to stand up to this and treat others with more respect regardless of gender so that we set a good example for generations.
Gender wage gap is the difference in pay between males and females. The impact on the workplace causes a divide in employees since females typically earn less than males while doing similar jobs. Imagine a scenario of 3 different employees working in the same investment firm. The first employee is a female in her mid-30s who has a prestige educational background. She has worked for the firm for 6 years with little to no pay raise, and still on average she makes $80,000 a year. The second employee is a male in his mid-20s who is fresh out of university with no work experience. As a start, he makes an average of $75,000 a year. The third employee is a male in his mid-60s with no university education, but experience with the company. He shows up to work 3 out of 5 days of the week. He's a family friend of the CEO, and he averages a yearly wage of $125,000 and gets a pay raise every year. These are 3 different employees with different educations and experiences, yet their qualifications don't match their wages. This is something that happens often in companies and businesses, and here are a few steps to help eliminate it. As an employee, go to your HR representative or the person in charge of wages and express your opinion with solid facts regarding your wages and the amount of work you do. As an employer, make a list of your employees' wages, their job descriptions, and the actual tasks they complete. Often higher authority passes off tasks to ground-level positions, yet still take their credit.
Workplace diversity is where a company implements a workforce that includes people of varying genders, race, age, religion, ethnicity, cultural background, sexual orientation, and so forth. Think of a situation where there are 2 individuals competing for a new position within their marketing firm. Both are highly qualified with a 3-year advanced diploma in business marketing and 4 years experience working as marketing consultants. The difference between the 2 is that one is a 40-year-old Caucasian woman and the other is a 26-year-old woman of a Muslim religion. Although both females acquire the same education and work experience, in this day and age, the woman who is older and of no religion will receive the promotion due to more experience and the fact that she is part of a majority. These 2 women are both hard workers and have the qualifications, but due to the lack of diversity within the organizations, many people are shorted of great opportunities. Here are 2 ways we've come up with to help increase workplace diversity. Starting with management, HR can provide diversity training for managers. This will allow them to fully understand the benefits of a diverse workplace and make the recruiting process of new employees transparent and less judgmental. As an employee, you can create a culture committee. composed of members representing all levels of our organization's workforce that are of different race, gender, religion, etc. This will help support others and create a strong corporate bond.
Throughout history, women were typically seen as being inferior to men, regardless of their intellect or training. During recent years, women around the world have put their foot down within the workplace to ensure they are being treated equally to the men that they work with. Although this battle is still being fought around the world, there have been many advances for equality in both genders. Though we have taken 2 steps forward in the right direction, there have been steps taken backwards where workplaces refuse to accept equality across genders, whether male or female. The main focus of gender inequality throughout the media has been on women and the ways that they've not been treated equally, but if you're going to mention one gender, then you must also mention the way that men have been treated unequally as well. In many jobs, after having a baby, women are entitled up to 63 weeks of maternity leave in order to take care of the newborn. In the past, this leave was typically only given to the mother, as it was assumed that she would be the one caring for the baby. It is unfair to assume that only women care for the child, as there are circumstances where the father may want or need to take care of his child. To enact a solution into the workplace for parental leave for men and women, it is important to provide these parents with childcare support, as these can be hurdles for the employees and for the business overall. It is important to provide men and women an equal opportunity to take time off to raise their newborn babies, and not assume that only women want to raise the newborn. Studies have shown that men want to be more involved into childcare duties, and this can benefit the women, as this can provide more opportunities for the woman's career. In Ernst & Young's Global Generational Survey, 83% of American millennials said that they'd be more likely to join a company offering equal parental leave. Thus, offering equal parental leave can help attract and retain top talent. Ensuring that job responsibilities are equally taken care of for men as well for women, this will help promote parental leave for the fathers also. So by making work-life balance a priority, you are going to create a better environment for your employees by creating flexibility and promoting productivity. Your main goal for the employees is for them to thrive and increase their productivity.